Hi YouTube, I'm Aeson Knight, and this is the Pagan YouTube challenge. I'm a little late to the game. This challenge was started in January by Annika Garratt. Thank you so much for creating it because it's giving us a great place to share ideas, share our viewpoints, and share where we are within those viewpoints. I find there's a lot of really cool, great viewpoints, great ideas with this. So I'm going to pick up from here and hopefully be posting a video every week, sharing my viewpoints and my stories, because I think that's the important part, is the stories. So let's get it started. The first question of this year was for week 1. It was, how did you find your path? I described my path as a crooked country road with a lot of coincidences. Originally, I studied with my grandmother, and she passed during my training, and I was unable to finish it completely. She had a lot of wisdom, and I miss her. But I know she's still with me. She's still there, putting things in my way to overcome and to learn from. Then one day, in like January, this time of the year, I was riding the school bus home, and this kid was picking and being really mean to this girl, and I'm never one to shy away from bullying or stuff like that. So I got into a fight on the bus. Well, as I'm escorting the girl off the bus, because as this kid was being mean and picking on her, he also broke her glasses. Took her over to where her mother was picking her up and explained what happened and gave her the glasses to get fixed, and she invited me to dinner. No problem, right? Simple. This is commonplace, or at least here, that you invite new friends and stuff over for dinner. So I go to dinner and I notice that she's wearing a pentacle on her neck, and it has a little crescent moon atop it. And I asked her about that, and she gives me a little bit of education on the pentacle, how it represents the 5 elements of the earth, and symbolizes spirituality and the combining forces for manifestation. And I kind of shared a little bit about my grandmother and what I had studied with her, and ended up, we had a lot of the same ideas, a lot of the same spiritual values. So I began training and learning from her, ended up being initiated and working my way through their degree system, which was a normal, because it was an all-female circle, and I'm male. This should have been a hint, but it wasn't. So I worked my way through the degree system. When she eventually crossed, I took the role of leadership into that circle and that tradition, and was with them for many years. Still honor them, but I am technically retired from that tradition. I'm no longer practicing or active with it, but share a lot of the same viewpoints with them still, and I still have some correspondences with some of them. And then I took a couple years off of big craft and went into solitary work for a while, because I thought, I'm done. I've done as much as I can with that tradition. I am going to go be solitary. And I got the opportunity to read weekly at a store, a metaphysical store. And one evening, it was a Thursday because that's when I was there, a lady came in with really warm energy, was really sweet and nice, and she brought in some flyers and asked us to come and appear at her festival, and for me to read there, and for the shop owner to set up as a vendor. And we got to talking, and she had a meditational CD out, and she was bringing them to the store to have them placed as merchandise, and she was working with another recording artist, and I liked his music. And she shared with me during that conversation that she was teaching at another metaphysical store in town, and that she was teaching different classes, astrology and meditation and Wicca 101 and Kalemi. And the first class I took from her was Kalemi, and then I went on to take the rest. And where I am out on Witch Fox and stuff, and there's not many Wiccans here, during that time of me taking different classes that she offered to the public, I got an email from a local chaplain asking if I would come and help facilitate their Wiccan program. And I thought on it really hard, and it was really something I wanted to do, but I didn't know if I was ready. You know, I hadn't taught large groups before or diverse ideas about Wicca, because there's a lot of them. So I talked it over with her, and, you know, she shared with me a little bit about her tradition and her views about the traditional path versus the eclectic path, and, you know, some of the things that I would probably come up on. And in talking about her tradition, it really resonated. It really spoke to me. It was like, hello, turn left, stupid. So I asked, you know, the application process, you know, some more things, and asked to join the tradition, and I was accepted into the tradition. And I stayed with her for probably another 4 years through their degree systems. And now I am a facilitator and a practitioner, and I run an open coven for people who just want to start out learning, and I run a traditional coven through the Black Forest. So yeah, it's been a lot of coincidences, but it's been more spirit going, oh, you need to go over here and meet this person, so we're going to put you in this situation to learn it. So that's why I call it the Crazy Country Crooked Road path for me, because it's not like, oh, I picked up this book and it spoke to me, and then I picked up this book and it spoke to me, and I went and hunted down that author and studied with them. See, the next one is, am I in or out of the closet? I'm out of the closet. I luckily have the freedom and the joy to be out of the closet. It was interesting. I was a little hesitant about coming out of the closet because I live in the lower part of southern West Virginia in the Appalachians. So they're about 40 to 45 years behind the times. So, you know, I expected to have issues. I even thought at one time about getting a security system, about, you know, getting lock gates, that type of thing, before coming out. Now that I'm out of the closet, the biggest and the funniest thing is that we've scared the neighbors. They're all concerned. Well, they're all concerned that we're going to, you know, do something bad towards them or their property. We haven't. And, you know, so that's kind of okay. You know, I'm of the idea that good fences make good neighbors, and that works really good within this neighborhood. The next question is, do you have a altar, shrine, or sacred space? I have multiples of all three. I have a healing altar I work daily. I have a ritual and temple altar that I work daily and on Sabbaths and equinoxes. And then I have shrines to the Morrigan. I have a shrine for Carnunos. I think it's very important as Wiccans to have that place to create the microcosm and to have that point of focus. I also have a lot of sacred spaces. I like to go work at the New River because where my family is Romney, I really connect to that area. I connect to that waterway. And I like going down there to work. I also have a small space out back that I work outside. That can be interesting at times. Alright, so the next question is my take on the Wheel of the Year. I enjoy the Wheel of the Year. Fortunately for me, living in West Virginia, I can really see the broader spectrum of it because I get all 4 seasons, and I can also get the mid-seasons. Where the Wheel of the Year originally had 4 spokes, and then the Burger Barker Coven added the other 4 to it. I can see why they needed that transitional time. I really connect well with it. I can see the evolution, kind of like seeing the evolution within the astrology wheel. So the 2 wheels really, for me, make sense. So yes, I do connect well with it. And I found it very comfortable. The next question is, what does this time of the year mean for you? With it being in bulk here, at the taping of this and stuff, I really connect with in bulk. in two different ways. I see the femininity, the softness, the purity of the time. You know, everything's getting ready to be fresh. It's getting ready to be new. The old is wiped away. But I also see the planning and the, for me, it's a lot of planning, because this is when I start looking at what I'm doing, when I'm doing it. I start launching new projects, launching new products. I start launching new networks. I also start organizing festivals like Beltane in the Forest. We're currently in planning it. So this all ties into, for my view of Imbolc, as being the time for new things, for fresh things, for fresh ideas, for wiping the slate clean and starting over. So, these is weeks 1 through 5. I hope you enjoyed them if you stayed with me. I know this video is kind of a little long, and I hope that you tune back in and see what next week's question is going to be. Again, thank you for watching, and have a blessed week, YouTube. And look for the other ones over here. Watch them. There's some good viewpoints there.